Recording in progress. Oh, are we doing all from the beginning?
In the Pop Culture Cupid podcast, we talk about how pop culture influences our expectations in relationships. I'm Alison, love coach, here to help you single people find your way back to love.
Healthy communication. I'm Michelle. I help singles embrace themselves and their singleness, as well as develop a healthy self-relationship. We bring some juicy stories from our own love lives and dating, and it gets pretty interesting. Be focused, we're going to be to the point, and no digressing.
Self-awareness. Follow, share, subscribe, enjoy.
And like and comment.
If it's shockingly bad, we just re-record another one.
Yeah. No, I think there's some good stuff that you can just nitpick. Recording in progress. I feel like it's been so long.
It has been a while because we recorded, right now it's the 13th of January. I think last time we recorded was like over a month ago.
Was it? Oh my God, time has just been timing.
Yeah, but holiday season.
Oh, that's true. It was like before all the holidays and everything. So I want to ask you how it was, like if you had any of the family drama that we were talking about, but like I'm not sure how much that is considered digressing.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much is considered digressing, but it's uninteresting because I ended up having angina, and remember I said and my bonus daughter ended up getting the flu, and so we just stayed home.
Wow, we were all counting on your drama. Oh
but there was
God.
some drama. Well, I mean, we were going to talk about, I don't know, we were going to talk about like what pushing through bad times, but now that you're like it's triggering memories where there was a bit of drama because my mother-in-law came. So we were supposed to go down and see my in-laws, but because we were ill and like they're older and things like that, they were a bit nervous on having us over, so they decided to come up last week, and it was oof. So I mean, we can go into that about dealing with the in-laws instead of talking about working through hard times, because that, for me, that doesn't, in my situation, it doesn't really tie in. It doesn't really because because of the way JT is and the way we both are, it doesn't really count as bad times. So you tell me.
Well, I wouldn't consider it as bad times. We could talk about it. Like, first of all, we can do like a post-holiday kind of episode. Second of all, we could talk about like handling in-laws and family dynamics, and then like the next one we could do about the arguments and being unhappy.
Okay, so let's do post-holiday dynamics.
Yeah.
And all the expectations around it, right? This is life. Well, life. You get me.
Yeah, life is just lifing.
Well, it's lifing.
Yeah, I think, a lot of people just take life way too seriously. But so do I, when hard shit happens and it's hard not to take life seriously. But like in the sense, I'm not talking about like, the big life dramatic traumatic things. I'm talking about like, in the aspect of family dynamics where people are just so overly dramatic during this season, and I get it because it's like a very sensitive time, especially as the family grows and then more people in the equation.
Yeah, sure.
So it's harder to deal and more people get insulted for not being part of something or part of your plans.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like, we've got like really two different ways of looking at it. Well, not of looking at it, but of living it, because we haven't got the same holiday kind of traditions, and we've got two kids. I mean, we've got one child and then a kid on the way. So
Yeah.
it's very different, and I'm realizing like I don't remember how much we talked about this post summer, but there was like a lot of drama going on with my mother, which has completely resolved itself. Because, for everything that I can kind of blame her for, she's very good at, she's surprisingly good at kind of adjusting her expectations and her behavior, because the most important thing for her is our relationship, or her relationship
Mhm.
with her kids. All this to say that she would have, my parents would have loved to have had us over through the whole, week of Christmas and my birthday and New Year's, and they were very good about the fact that that's just not going to happen, because there's another, I'm not single, so there's another family to deal with. And then his family, it was just no, well, his mother, to be fair, like his brother and sister-in-law and father, like they're all amazing, but his mother is just on another scale. We got a text on the way back, like so they came up last week, and I, made sure that we had my stepdaughter with us. I took her out of her activities, and I'm last week I was 3 weeks away from my due date, so pretty far along and tired. And I drove them to her sister's, and anyway, and so they, all this happens. And then a couple of days later, we receive a text saying that we're not living in the right conditions, we're being selfish parents and not thinking about her needs. Um,
Oh,
and like,
oh,
she wants to give us money as long as we move closer to where my stepdaughter's mother lives, like within walking distance. That's non-negotiable. And I, and I'm just like, so is it a backlash of the holidays, or is it just the way she is? Maybe a bit of both. But it's just like the whole excitement around the holidays and just like trying to make everybody happy, and that still happens. And I'm just like fed up with it.
yeah. And again, you just said it, you're getting closer to your due date. So I think that also has a huge impact because especially for the other woman, his your bonus daughter's mother,
Yeah.
who, it could be hard for her as well to have this other child come to life, turn you guys into this kind of
Unit.
a new family is being born, which her daughter is a part of, but she isn't.
Yeah.
And I get it. A lot of people get FOMO in these situations, especially during the holidays, and especially, when a part of them is involved, but they're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, completely. I think there's the post-holiday blues, that
Yeah.
we're not living because of the pregnancy, but that everybody else definitely is, and that we can like definitely observe, because there's the whole excitement around Christmas, and just like the decorations and the music and everything, and
Yeah.
like it's just slowly dying down, and you can see Christmas trees becoming, brown, and like losing all of
Mhm.
their, pins and everything, and it's just yeah, it's a weird time. Like post Christmas is a weird time, and but again, we're not living because we're so focused on the due date that we're in a bit of a different situation. But it's strange, and I think sadly I don't really have any tips to how to handle it other than communication. I think it's just being aware that it's there. I think it's one of
Mhm.
those things where you don't have to fix it. I think it's just it's there. It's giving it, give it some time. If I had to give advice to these women in my life that, are making it a bit more tough, it's just instead of taking it out on me, just be aware that are unhappy, or it's an uncomfortable time, and it's fine. Like we don't have to fix it. It's just, it's just leave it there, and just it'll push over. It won't fester. Whereas if you give it too much attention, it will fester. The message that we
Mhm.
received, we just didn't reply. It's the
Yeah.
type of thing where just it's there. She's anxious, doesn't belong to us. We just want to live our lives.
Yeah. We forget sometimes that things just are not forever. Feelings are not forever. Situations are not forever. And these things pass, and it comes and goes, and you just have to just go with the flow of it. Sometimes you feel down, sometimes you feel up, sometimes you just feel weird because you don't know what you're feeling. And that's okay too, especially during such sensitive times where everyone's over heightened. I mean, I know I also I talk a lot about everyone being so overly sensitive during this time, but I also get very oversensitive. And when